ready for action tonight. As we welcome them back to Kansas City. Folks, we're going to get things underway. It is a beautiful night for roller derby. As our very own Kansas City Roller Warriors welcome once again the Capital City Crushers. Before we get things started, we would like to begin with a moment of silence for a member of the Capital City Crushers family, the son of Just Steve, who was tragically lost yesterday. Thank you. And now, roller derby fans, welcome back to Skate City, Wyandotte, the post-COVID home of your, wait for the music to catch up, of your Kansas City Roller Warriors! Tonight, a sanctioned bout that counts toward WFTDA rankings that the Kansas City Roller Warriors All-Star Wolfpack is back! The Kansas City Roller Warriors welcoming back tonight their longtime sister league, the Capital City Crushers. I am Denouncer Dwayne Cunningham, voice of the Kansas City Roller Warriors. Happy to be your pal, your guide through the scary world of roller derby. We're going to get started momentarily. First, let me point out that we have a great crew of non-skating officials tonight, including Raz Dazzler, Peeper Reaper, Bradosaurus, Marie Fury, Spanky Lynn, Orville Rez, Dreadlocked and Loaded. From the Capital City Crushers, Skate Nicholas. A little early this year, not even Halloween yet. And the head NSO, Doc Skinner. Tonight's officials, the outside pack refs, Effin' Ref, and Cheat Code. The jam refs by Attic. And from Capital City, our old friend LP. Inside pack ref, Jake from Skate Farm. Zip, tonight's alternate. And our head referee, none other than Rough Draft. And now, what do you say we bring out the first of tonight's competing teams? Traveling all the way from Topeka. That's a solid hour away. You get some jet lag doing that. Folks, give it up for the Capital City Crushers! Representing the Capital City Crushers, number 0, Goosya. Number 1337, Luna Shovgood. Number 15, what in the world? What can this be? Number 15 is Mini-Me. The longtime Kansas City Roller Warriors junior skater. 357, Lady Ricochet. Number 424, Steel. Number 45, Serial Killer. Number 47, Baby Doll. Number 505, Honey Basher. Number 55, BB Bombshell. Number 66, Belladonna. Number 68, and Heroism. Number 7, Cecilia Payne. Number 919, Celerity. Number 97, Pika Punchu. And the captain of the Capital City Crushers, number 164, Ms. B. Haven. Give it up for tonight's visitors, the Capital City Crushers. And facing off against the Kansas City Crushers are your Kansas City Roller Warriors. Representing the Kansas City Roller Warriors, number 10, Stinger. Number 1027, Bricks Hit House. Number 1031, it's almost Halloween. 9 days, she says. Number 11, High Flying Felix. Number 230, Dr. Ouchie. Number 27, Sylvia Rock. Number 33, Honey Smack. Number 4816, Hateful Skate. Number 523, Psyche Bruiser. Number 605, The Shusher. Number 6401, Bipolar Roller. Number 927, Rocky Rogue. Number 970, the Bombardnar Jinx. The assistant captain of your Kansas City Roller Warriors, number 623, Calamity. And the captain of the Kansas City Roller Warriors All-Stars, number / Cirque du Soleil. Folks, lose your minds for the Kansas City Roller We are going to get the action underway momentarily in this WFTDA sanctioned bout. The Roller Warriors versus the Capital City Crushers, a couple of regional teams that have faced each other an awful lot in the last couple of years. In the kitchen. Nice little circuit between Kansas City and Capital City and Salina and Springfield. And that series continues right now. Folks, who is ready for some roller derby on a Sunday night in the Midwest? All right, we are going to count it down from 5 as soon as they are ready on the floor. And they are ready on the floor, folks. Give us a hand here. Let's count it down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work, everybody. This roller derby contest is underway. The Shusher jamming for Kansas City. And Steele jamming for Capital City. Steele immediately picks up lead jammer en route to the backfield. Steele looks for an opening on the inside, has to shuffle to the outside, but gets it. 4 points on the board, and Capital City draws first blood. Shusher still hung up on the initial non-scoring run. Stationary, dense pack, but Steele steals an opening straight up the middle to put 4 more points on the board. 8 unanswered for Capital City to begin this game. Steele goes in for a third one. Steele did enter the pack for the third scoring run, but was only able to put a single point on the board. Nevertheless, damage done by the Triple C, and it is 9-0 after the first play of the game. We line up for the second play of the game. Empty penalty box. I don't think there's been any penalties thus far. Gucia lines up for Capital City. High flying Felix for Kansas City, and Goose finds an opening. Straight up the middle, but Felix punches through as well. Gucia finds a brace 3-wall in the back of the house. Gucia calls the jam, but not in time. Felix sneaks in. Or it looks like 3 points as well. 3 points for each jammer. A wash on the jam. It remains a 9-point lead, now 12-3. By the way, if anybody is still fuzzy on the rules because it's their first night tonight or otherwise, be sure to look for the Ask a Warrior flag right back here in front of the, me. And Smack Sabbath, Jalapeno Business, or Rigatoni Rampage will answer all your questions. While you're at it, feel free to buy a 50-50 raffle ticket. At the end of the night, we will give half of the pool to the winner and half to the lead. Sylvia Rath versus Cecilia Payne. Defender in the box on the Kansas City side. Both jammers still hung up on the initial non-scoring run. Now, Cecilia Payne makes it through. Lead jammer Capital City. Multiplayer block sends a defender from the Capital City side of the box as well. That's Belladonna. Cecilia Payne enters the backfield, puts 3 points on the board, and with Sylvia en route, closes down the jam. So 3-0 on the jam. It is now 15-3. We have all new merch this year. Be sure to swing by the merch counter to get your fill of that. We also have we have some hot dogs tonight. Some nachos. I know you're hungry. So get you some of those. Embrace the Greatness here tonight. If you're thirsty. The Shusher and BB Bombshell jamming this time for Capital City and KCRW. Blockers in the box right now. 1 for Kansas City, 2 for Capital Crushers. It's practically a micro pack with BB Bombshell and the Shusher jamming with half the opposition almost. Shusher looks for an opening on the outside, doesn't get it. BB still hung up as well. BB not lead jammer, but does make it through the pack and is now in scoring position. Empty penalty box finally. A lot of work out there by both jammers, and in the end, only one scoring run by each jammer. 4 points for Kansas City and 3 for Capital City. Excellent defensive work considering half the defense spent at least some time in the box. (18-7) as we head into the next jam. Felix versus Steele.
Picks up lead jammer, Kansas City.
One defender in the box. That's Luna Shovegood for the Capital City Crushers. Felix enters the backfield, just gets pummeled on the outside, taken down, and calls the jam after 3 points with Steele coming in fast. Nevertheless, it is 3 unanswered points, and the Roller Warriors get within 8 points. 18-10, 22 minutes left in the first half.
The pack like a pumpkin and exits for lead jammer. And now Val punches through again. 4 unanswered points by Halloween. Did I say unanswered?
Well, that is true, but the other jammer for Capital City is out of the pack now, Gusia. Both jammers en route to the backfield. Halloween enters, calls the jam after putting maybe 3 points on the board. All 4 for Halloween,
and called it just in time to give a goose egg to Gusia. 8 points unanswered by Halloween, and we have a tie game.
Halloween builds strength as we get close to the end of October, clearly. 18-all, and it is a new ball game. The Shusher up against Cecilia Payne. For those of you new to Derby, it's just an expression. It's not really a ball. Cecilia Payne picks up lead jammer. And the captain. Cirque du Soleil also in scoring position, both jammers en route to the backfield. Cecilia gets her first, puts 2 points on the board, but Cirque du Soleil sneaks in for 2 as well. And so the game remains tied, 20-all now. Little over 19 minutes left in the first half. 20-20, lining up this time Felix versus BB Bombshell. Full track, nobody in the penalty box.
And Felix punches out the front of the pack first. Lead jammer, Kansas City.
Felix looks for an opening on the outside. That door is quickly shut by the defense of Capital City, but Felix looks for another way through. Brace 3 wall in the front of the house. Felix looking for that lane on the inside. The oftentimes acrobatic Felix can't get a running start and is forced to recycle. Excellent defensive work by Capital City gives their jammer the opportunity to punch through. BB Bombshell was in scoring position, but Felix put 4 points on the board and shut it down. And now, for the first time in this contest, the lead is held by Kansas City. A very narrow 4-point lead, which KC will now try to maintain. Capital City will try to break. Left, and the jammer goes to the box. Steal. Leaves Sylvia Rath in a power jam. Excellent opportunity for Kansas City, but it is full defense on both sides. The Capital City defense, always so good with that brace 3 wall in the front of the house. Now the defender for Capital City, Baby Doll, goes to the box on a forearm, and Sylvia does punch through. However, the penalty effectively eaten up by Capital City as Steele returns to play. And when I say Sylvia, I actually mean the captain, Cirque du Soleil, who is now jammer as the recipient of the star pass. Another defender goes to the box for Capital City on a multiplayer block. Cirque du Soleil punches through for 4 points and looks for another scoring run. 2 wall in the front of the house. Cirque du Soleil finds an opening on the inside. Another 4-point scoring run. 8 unanswered by Cirque du Soleil, the captain. A 3rd scoring run completed by Cirque du Soleil. 12 unanswered points. And now a 16-point lead by the home team. Not a lot of penalties early in the game, but in the last few jams, that has changed in a big way. 36-20, 12 unanswered points by Kansas City on the last jam. Just over 15 minutes in the first half of the contest. Once again, Kansas City picks up lead jammers. The shusher punches through first. Capital City gets their jammer out, but shusher puts 4 points on the board and shuts it down in time. It is now an even 20-point lead by Kansas City, 40-20 over Capital City. 14 left on the clock. And it appears we have a timeout called by Capital City. In the post-pandemic regional roller derby scene, these two teams and a couple others have had a great time playing each other the last year and a half or so. A lot of games between these two teams. Kansas City, one of their best showings against Capital City in quite some time tonight, but it is still early in the game.
Once again, lead jammer, Kansas City. High flying Felix with an apex jump. In scoring position, enters the backfield.
But not a successful apex jump, and now on a cut track call, Felix heads to the slammer for the next 30 seconds. Cecilia Payne of Capital City on the power jam puts 4 points on the board. Stationary pack incoming is Cecilia Payne, looking for a second scoring run. Cecilia will look for an opening on the outside. Waterfalled by the Kansas City defense. Felix, the jammer for Kansas City, returns to the action with Cecilia Payne hung up in the front of the house on the second scoring run for Capital City. And now Felix puts 4 points on the board. Cecilia Payne and Felix now in their second scoring run each. Picks up the penalty, goes to the box there at the end of the jam. Felix had gotten 3 more points on the second scoring run before going to the box. Capital City had picked up 4, so 8-7 on the jam. It's now 28-47. 19-point lead by Kansas City, but it is a power start for the Capital City Crushers. Each team also has 1 jammer in the box. Correction, 2 jammers in the box for Kansas City. So great power start opportunity here for Steele and the Capital City Crushers. Steele out there with only 2 defenders opposing and no jammer on the opposing team. Quickly puts 4 points on the board. Now Steele looks at a stationary pack and tries to pick up a second scoring run on the outside. Gets it. But the cavalry has arrived for Kansas City as the jammer and both blockers exit the box. Steele heads in for a third scoring run. Felix goes down to the backfield hard. 12 unanswered by Steele, and Steele now goes in for a 4th scoring run. 16 unanswered points for Steele. 1 more scoring run, and Capital City retakes the lead. City's defense does not give up 4 more points. They only give up 3. Capital City does not take the lead, but they do tie it. 47 all. Unanswered points by Steele and the Capital City Crushers. And now a timeout called by Kansas City. 47 all. Empty penalty box for now, but now a cut track call. On two different defenders for the Capital City Crushers. Sylvia Rath jamming against BB Bombshell. Both of them still hung up, but only two defenders out there for Capital City. And now, Sylvia Rath goes to the box on a cut track call. BB Bombshell on the power jam. But BB has a full defense for Kansas City. Well, that was true. Now bipolar roller goes to the box. Nonetheless, the defense is on the Capital City side outnumbered by Kansas City. Now the defense clears out for Capital City, but another one goes to the box. Sylvia Rath, the jammer for Kansas City, returns to play. BB Bombshell on the first scoring run. Sylvia Rath on the initial non-scoring run.
Both jammers out the front of the house.
Points on the board for BB Bombshell. That pass was BB's first scoring run. That was Sylvia's initial non-scoring run. So even though they came out of the pack the same time, it was 4-0, and Capital City retakes the lead. And now an official review is being requested by Capital City. So we'll tell you what that's about as soon as we find out. By we, I mean me. Plural. By Capital City on the Kansas City jammer was not after the whistle, but during the whistle. The challenge is denied, and Capital City retains their jammer as we begin the next jam. Gusia against the Shusher. And a jammer penalty on Gusia immediately makes it a power jam for Kansas City. So KCRW does get their power jam to begin the next jam after all. Very physical pack there in the front of the house as the Shusher makes it through for her for her first scoring run. Shush goes in for a second scoring pass, and with the Capital City jammer back on the track, shuts down the jam, but does put 2 more points on the board. So 6 unanswered, and Kansas City retakes the lead. Empty penalty box. Capital City luckily gets the memo just in time. High-flying Felix up against Steele. 2-point lead by Kansas City.
And Felix on the outside picks up lead jammer, Kansas City.
Felix plunges into the backfield and shuts it down just in time to make her 3 points unanswered. 3-0 on the jam. 56-51. Kansas City widens their lead to a 5-point lead. 5 minutes left before halftime. Empty penalty box. Halloween squares off against BB Bombshell. Val nearly has an opening on the inside. Squeezed out, but tries again. Way out in front of the pack now. Oh. And Halloween with a hard-fought lead jammer call. Lead jammer, Kansas City, Halloween. Val enters the backfield in scoring position. Nobody in the box until now as Capital City loses one defender. Val still looking for the first scoring run. The pack is moving along, but it is very dense. Halloween with a braced four wall in the front of the house, looking to complete the initial scoring run. Kinetic pack, back of the house. Capital City regains their jammer, or regains their blocker that was in the box. Now Kansas City loses their pivot. 3-on-4 defense in favor of Capital City. Star pass. And Capital City's in scoring position. Halloween comes out the front of the pack. Halloween calls the jam and did get all 4 points. So 4 unanswered. To make it 60-51, Kansas City. 3 minutes left in the first half. 9-point lead. 2 players in the box for Kansas City. 2 defenders. Just a couple jams left before halftime. Sylvia Rath lines up this time for Kansas City. Gucia lines up for Capital City and quickly finds an opening on the outside. Lead jammer, Capital City. And just like that, Gucia makes it through the pack for a 4-point run. Only 2 defenders on the track for Kansas City, but now they get one of their defenders back. Rocky Road back in the action. But Gucia puts another 4 points on the board. 8 unanswered. And now Sylvia returns to the action. Gucia forced to recycle a mile behind the pack by the captain, Cirque du Soleil. But damage done. 2 more points on the board. That is 10 unanswered by Gucia. And Capital City retakes the lead with a minute left in the first half. 61-60 as they line up again. 4-on-3 defense in favor of Kansas City. Both jammers out there. Presumably the final jam of the first half. Pitt Steel versus the Shusher. Same way we began the game.
And the Shusher punches it out the front of the pack. Steel makes it out there as well. Both jammers en route. In scoring position. Fast-moving pack. Hyperkinetic pack. 1 defender in the box for Capital City. Shusher enters the backfield. Calls the jam.
And possibly put 1 point. No, it is 2. Kansas City retakes the lead. But get this, it was such a quick jam that there are 14 seconds left on the clock. And it appears that we will fire off 1 correction. Does not look like we will. Unless a timeout is called and a timeout is not called. So the halftime score Little discussion with the officials, but unless something comes out of it, it looks like the halftime score is going to see Kansas City up by a single point. There is an official review, however. Okay, it's official. That is the halftime score. We have a 14-minute intermission. Kansas City up by a single point. Old friend of mine once said, that's all you need to win a game. But we'll see what it looks like after the second half, and we will get that underway in just under 14 minutes. Swing by, embrace the grape, get yourself a drink. Swing by Loud Light, see what they have to say, and swing by the merch counter and the concession stand, and get ready for the second half of action coming up.
I got a crush on the shape of your name.
Hey folks, during intermission, somebody came to me with a little charm necklace here that was found outside. It says, it's one of those best friends hearts, but it's only the fry part of it. It's only the left half of it, and then there's a little heart on it that says BFF. If this is yours, come and get it. I've been trying to untangle it for you this whole time, although I haven't done a very good job. But if you lost a little BFF charm necklace outside, it's now inside over here, so come and get it if it's yours. And for everybody else who is ready for a second half of this very close game, Kansas City versus Capital City, 62-61 when we left off. And now it's time to get back into it. Felix against Steele to begin the second half. Felix immediately picks up lead jammer. Felix enters in scoring position and puts 4 points on the board. Steele in the penalty box. Another 4-point pass by Felix. Eight unanswered. Felix is going to try to go in for a third. And easily gets it. 12 unanswered points to begin the second half by Kansas City. 13-point lead. In the box for Kansas City and one for Capital City as we head into the second play of the second half. Brief no pack and Shusher picks up lead jammer Kansas City. Gucia exits the front of the pack now in scoring position. That was the initial non-scoring jam. With Gusia coming in quick, Shusher shuts it down, and Shusher had already picked up all 4 points, so no need to let that jam continue for Shusher. 4 and out, Kansas City, and now it's 78-61, 17-point lead. And 17 minutes left in the game. Excuse me, 27. Halloween makes it through, or is jamming for Kansas City. BB Bombshell for Capital City. Free Wall in the back of the house doing a great job keeping BB at bay. Unfortunately, the same thing happened in a Halloween in the front of the house. And now BB Bombshell breaks out. Lead jammer, Capital City. Four points on the board by BB Bombshell, but a star pass put Cirque du Soleil as jammer in front of the house, and with Casey's jammer in scoring position, BB shut it down. 4 unanswered by Capital City, 78-65. For the second jam in a row, the Capital City Crushers pick up lead jammer as Steele makes it out in front of the house. 2 defenders in the box for Kansas City, full defense on the Capital City side, or at least that was the case. Now Baby Doll goes to the box. And now Kansas City's defense comes out of the box. Still, damage done by Steele. Steele enters the backfield and puts another 3 points on the board, 7 points, and calls the jam before Kansas City can steal any points of their own. So 7 unanswered by Steele and Capital City, and it is now in only a 6-point lead by Kansas City. As we head into the next jam, the Shusher lines up against Gusia. 1 defender in the box. That's on the Capital City side. Shusher makes it out the front of the house first. Lead jammer, Kansas City. Gusia held up in the pack. Goose takes a hit and is slow to get up, but does. Shusher, during that time, puts 4 points on the board and heads in for a second scoring run now. Gusia now exits the front of the pack in scoring position as Shusher looks for that second scoring run. Goose migrating to the back of the pack quickly, and Shusher knows it, thus shutting down the pack without putting any more points on board on the second scoring run. But it is a 4-and-out jam for Shusher, making it a 10-point lead for Kansas City, 82-72. BB Bombshell, Halloween, square off this time. One defender in the box at the beginning of the jam. That is on the Kansas City side. Very physical pack this time. Both jammers looking for an opening. 30 seconds already burnt up. Forced to recycle. Halloween threatening the front of the house. 2-wall in the front of the pack, and really getting the ways out there. Now the rest of the pack catches up. A multiplayer block call on number 47. That's Baby Dolls. Drops the defense of Capital City by 1. But the jam comes to an end with no points for anybody. It remains a 10-point game, 82-72, with 22 minutes left in this roller skating contest. Matchup, or the Felix matchup. This time it is Felix who picks up lead jammer. Out the front of the house goes Steele as well. Felix puts points on the board, but called it upon the approach of Steele. 3 unanswered for Kansas City. It's now 85-72. Just under 21 minutes left in tonight's soiree. Nobody in the penalty box, but a timeout called by Capital City. And you can call me Al. We have hot dogs still. T-shirts, by the way. I think Sing printed them all. Probably not in the last couple weeks, though. Action back underway. Shush versus Goose. Empty penalty box, and Shusher finds the front of the house. Lead jammer, Kansas City. One defender goes to the box on the Capital City side. Shusher en route to the backfield. 3-on-4 defense in favor of Kansas City. Shusher pushed to the outside, forced to recycle. And now Goose also forced to recycle. This is the first scoring run of the jam for Shusher, but it's the initial non-scoring run for Goose. out. 4 points by Shusher, unanswered. And it's a 17-point lead by Kansas City. 18 and a half minutes left in the game. Versus BB Bombshell. Felix in the front of the house with the brace 3-wall and on 1 foot stays in bounds. Lead jammer Kansas City. Felix. BB Bombshell looks for an opening out the front of the house, and that is severely closed by Cirque du Soleil, who hits a home run with BB Bombshell. Felix, who is famous for those fantastic apex jumps, pulls one off to complete a 4-point scoring run, unanswered, and Kansas City pulls ahead by 21 points, 93-72 with 17 minutes left in the game. Both jammers making out in front of the pack almost immediately, although Steele gets there first. Lead jammer, Capital City. But Sylvia Raff right there as well. Both jammers into the backfield. Steele calls the jam and puts 3 unanswered points on the board. There was absolutely no margin for error there. Steele called it off at exactly the right millisecond. 3 unanswered, 93-75, 16 minutes left in the game. 2 defenders in the box, 1 for each team. And now it looks like an official timeout called. This does not appear to be an official review, just an official timeout, at least so far. Is this a foul out? Official timeout to assess a late penalty on the blocker from Capital City, and the show goes on. Shusher up against Gusia. A lot of defenders in the box, 2 for Capital City and 1 for KC, although KC quickly gets theirs back. Shush has picked up a lot of lead jammer calls today. Let's see if she can do it again. 2-wall in the front of the house, and Cecilia Payne, the last line of defense, carries on just a little too long, goes for the box, as does the captain of Kansas City, Cirque du Soleil. But short story is, the Shusher lead jammer enters the backfield in scoring position. Gusia still on the initial non-scoring run, just getting waterfalled in the front of the house. And a star pass sends Mini-Me, the longtime product of the Kansas City Junior Roller Warriors, now playing for Capital City, to the box after receiving the star pass. Now, Mini-Me was holding the helmet cover. That means Mini-Me does go to the box as a jammer, even though she hadn't put it on yet. 20-point lead for Kansas City, and they do go into the next jam with a power start, although an official review now being requested by Luna Shovegood and the Capital City Crushers. Correction, misbehaving. How could I? Sorry, Luna, and sorry, misbehaving. Sorry, everybody else. Misbehaving, and the Capital City Crushers request official timeout. Go to the box. Narnar Binks will appear in the sequel to the last jam. Jamming this time, unopposed to begin the jam, is Felix, who quickly picks up lead jammer. Signals something to the pack, finds an opening on the inside, but a little too close to the bone, and Felix has to recycle and try again. This time Felix makes it through inbounds, and very quickly 4 unanswered points go on the board. Mini-Me jamming for Capital City. And Mini-Me immediately picks up a cut track and heads back to the box. During that time, Felix puts a second 4-point run on the board. It is 8 unanswered. Felix goes in for a third one. Kansas City has now broken the triple-digit mark, 103 to 75. And high-flying Felix looks for a third scoring run on the jam. Felix gets it, and it's going to be 12 unanswered points at least. 35 seconds left in the jam. Felix may have picked up a backblock call there, yes indeed, and now it is a power jam for Mini-Me. Mini-Me, the former Kansas City junior roller warrior, now Capital City Crusher, jamming this time with a 12-point deficit on the jam, with Felix in the box, full defense both sides. The jam comes to an end on time. Mini-Me did make it into the pack for a single point, but Felix had a box point one as well. So it's 13 to 1, a 12-point gain by Kansas City. 108-76 with 12 minutes left in the contest. Back underway. Felix begins the jam in the box, but quickly comes out and Steele jamming for the Capital City Crushers. Steele nearly finds an opening on the inside. Steele, the lead jammer, in scoring position. Well, now looks for an opening on the outside. Doesn't get either one thanks to a solidly braced 4-wall in the back of the house. Forced to the outside and forced recycled by Narnar Jinx, the defender for Kansas City. And once again, Narnar recycles. Steele. Steele held at bay again by Narnar Binks, and the Kansas City Roller Warriors defense in the back of the house finally has to just call the jam with 3 unanswered points. Excellent work by the defense on that jam. 108-79. Granted, excellent work by both defenses, as Felix never made it out of the pack either. 108-79, Gusia up against Shusher. both sides, but Gusia pushes through first.
Lead jammer, Capital City Crushers.
Now Hateful Skate makes it out the front of the pack as well, en route to the backfield. Hateful finds an opening, but not in time as Gusia sails through for a complete scoring run. 4 points for Gusia, a goose egg for Kansas City, but it remains a KC lead, 108-83 with 9:11 left in the game. Now a timeout called by KCRW. KCRW regroups and rejoins the action on the field as the timeout comes to an end. Folks, be sure to follow us on all our socials. It's at KCE Roller Warriors on Instagram and on basically everything. Be sure to tag us too if you're posting pictures from tonight's party. Speaking of parties, tonight's after party, as always, is at the 403 Club, the 403 Club at KcK. Everybody's invited if you want to come. It's a beautiful night on the patio. Action back underway. Felix versus BB Bombshell. 108-83, Kansas City. Eight and a half minutes left in the game. Both defenses nearly full. Kansas City's got one defender in the box. Both jammers looking for an opening, but having a hard time. It's late in the game, and these jammers have been out there a lot. Dr. Ouchie heads to the box on a low block. Other than that, it's an empty penalty box. Felix, the lead jammer, puts 4 points on the board and heads back for more. BB Bombshell now finally makes it out in the front of the pack, so BB in scoring position, but Felix already there to put another scoring run on the board. Felix called off the jam just in time to keep BB from getting any points, and 2 more for Felix in fact, so 6 unanswered. 1:14, 7.5 minutes left in the game. 114-83. The beat goes on, and it's now Halloween against Steele. 114-83. Less than 7 minutes left in the game. It's been a tight jammer rotation for both teams, and it's starting to take its toll on these jammers as we see the defense really taking over out there. Power start for Halloween. Steele in the box. Halloween takes advantage to become lead jammer, but the penalty is eaten by Capital City, and Steele back in the action. Val calls the jam after putting 4 points on the board, but not in time to cut off Steele, who sneaks in for 4 points as well. It's a wash on the jam, and it remains a 97, 107, 117, a 31-point lead. Announcer math is never easy, but sometimes we muddle through. Action back underway. The Shusher up against Goosia.
And the Shusher punches through. Lead jammer, Kansas City.
The Shusher enters the backfield in scoring position and pushes through. Did I say that the Jammers were running out of gas late in the game? Well, I stand corrected as the Shusher busts through that defense. Shusher goes in for a second scoring run, is forced to recycle by Serial Killer, the defender for the Capital City Crushers, but quickly returns to the action, looks for an opening on the inside. Another 4 points on the board for Shusher, 8 unanswered, but Goosia heads through the pack as well. That was Goosia's initial non-scoring run, but now both Jammers in scoring position, headed for the back of the pack. This will be the third scoring run for Shusher. Shusher calls the jam, but I think Goosia may have snuck in there. Shusher got 2 points on the third scoring jam, a total of 10 points on the play, but let's see what Goosia got. Looks like Goosia did get a single point, so it is a 9-point gain for Kansas City and a 40-point lead now.
Felix versus BB, and Felix picks up lead jammer, Kansas City.
With 4 points on the board already, goes through for a second scoring run, finds an opening on the inside, and 4 more points.
8 unanswered for high-flying Felix to make it 136-188.
BB Bombshell still hung up, one defender in the box for the Capital City Crushers as well. A star pass gets Capital City their jammer in front of the pack, and his Serial Killer. Felix exits the front of the pack on the third scoring run and shuts it down before Serial Killer gets there.
12 more unanswered points for Kansas City.
A 52-point lead with 3 minutes left. Correction, 2 minutes left in the contest. Now an official timeout called at the scoreboard. As tonight's shindig crawls to an end, I want to remind everybody to be back here next week for the last preseason Skate City Wyandotte event, our rookie bout, and then see you at Memorial Hall on 11/11. Action back underway, Steele on the inside, quickly picks up the lead jammer for Capital City. Capital City gets their jammer in scoring position, back to the side of the pack. But Kansas City sends the captain out on a star pass, Cirque du Soleil.
Wolfpack. To put 4 points on the board and 8 for Capital City. It is 144-96, under a minute left in regulation. It is time for the final jam of the game, people. Most likely. And now a timeout called by Kansas City.
I said, are you gonna be my girl?
The timeout comes to an end and action resumes for the last time tonight. Unless it's a really short jam and then we fire off another one. But probably the last jam of the game. Gusia versus Felix. High flying Felix taken down by Mini-Me. But Mini-Me goes down as well. Felix sails out, lead jammer Kansas City. Puts the stamp on the document and puts the last points on the board. 151-96. And emerging victorious in this WFTDA sanctioned match, your Kansas City Roller Warriors. Give it up for the Wolfpack. City takes this chapter in the long story of KCRW and CCC. Give a big hand to our gracious visitors, the Capital City Crushers! Before you go, everybody, a couple of things that I want to tell you about. Number one, we have a raffle drawing tonight, and actually, in the end, it looks like we did sell quite a few tickets. So, that means we probably got a pretty decent-sized pot. We'll count it again. I don't know. It's about $30 or something each side. Tonight's raffle, after stirring it really well, is the holder of ticket 930-710. 930-710. Hey! We have a winner. Next up, looks like the charm bracelet disappeared over here, so I hope whoever it belonged to got it. And, we have MVP trophies. Tonight they are, looks like we got some succulents in a tiny pot that looks like the mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas. You can flip him from sleazy mayor smile to exasperated desperation. That is, maybe it's aloe vera to apply to any burns that you went home with. Oh, excuse me, the fake plants. I guess you can't squeeze them. So, the Capital City Crushers MVP blocker gets one of these. The MVP jammer. Oh, wait a second. I don't know who they are yet. But I will tell you that then the Kansas City Roller Warriors MVPs are going home with a couple of ceramic pumpkins. They do not open, but they have a built-in little LED light in here, so you can turn them on. One is fashioned to look like Frankenstein, or Frankenstein's monster, if I want to be technical, and the other one is a mummy, maybe the mummy. So as soon as we find out who the MVPs are, we will pass it along. Each team votes on who the MVP jammer and blocker is from the other team. And as soon as we have the results of that discussion, which I assume is happening right now, we will pass it along to you. In the meantime, I want to remind everybody, see you back here one more time. I want to remind you, back here a week from tonight on the 29th for the final preseason game and the final Skate City Wyandotte event for the time being. Who knows? Road goes on a long time. We might wind up back here again, but for now, it has been a great interim home for us. And we'll party here one more time a week from tonight for the rookie bout, and then join us as we return home to Memorial Hall, which was, we've had a lot of homes over the years, but Memorial Hall was our place for about 5 years pre-pandemic. And we're getting to go back, finally, on 11/11 to begin the new season. The 18th and Vines, the Strawberry Hellions, and the Midtown Misfits will each face each other twice over the next 7 months. So we can find out who participates in the Rink of Fire to be the next Kansas City Roller Warriors champion. And with that, tonight's Capital City Crushers MVPs, as voted on by the Kansas City Roller Warriors. Tonight's MVP blocker for Capital City. Oh, hey, we found the Crocs, everybody. We found the pink Crocs. Good news. Tonight's, not to keep you waiting any longer, tonight's MVP blocker for the Capital City Crushers, Serial Killer. And tonight's MVP jammer for the visiting Capital City Crushers, number 0 Goosier. Come and get your mayor of Halloween Town. That's his name. He's got a name, right? Mayor. I don't know. Come to me. The MVPs for the Kansas City Roller Warriors. The MVP blocker is none other than the Captain Cirque du Soleil. And what would the night be if we didn't give this mummy-dressed pumpkin to tonight's Jammer MVP, Halloween? It is only right that we have a Halloween-based MVP trophy. I don't know where it went, but it's, oh, there it is, there it is. Congratulations, Halloween. This is Halloween. Here comes Halloween. All right, thank you so much, everybody. It has been a great night. Capital City, thank you for being out here. It's been great to visit you so many times in 2023. Glad we could have you back here, and we will see you down the road. Everybody else, including Capital City, if you want, be here on Sunday next week, 1 week from tonight, to see the 2023 rookies, including some familiar returning faces. And we will see you next time. Thank you, everybody. This has been Announcer Dwayne for the rest of the Kansas City Roller Warriors.